Hello guys, welcome, and today I'm going to show you how to make your very own mayonnaise. So mayonnaise is an emulsified egg yolk that emulsifies with oil, and we're going to put some nice acidic flavourings in, some mustard and some lemon juice. So the first thing we need to make sure when you're making something like mayonnaise is that all of your ingredients are at room temperature. That is going to give it less opportunity to split or to go wrong. So everything starts at the same temperature, you're setting yourself up for a win. So the first thing you're going to need to do is split an egg. So I've got one egg here, and I'm going to split the egg from the white from the yolk. Okay, so this is going to be the bowl that's going to catch my white. I'm just going to firmly tap it, pull off the top, just let that white run into the bowl. And I can keep that egg white for meringues or macaron. You can also freeze egg white, but it will last really, really well in the fridge. If you have it in a sealed tub, you can keep it for, well, a week, maybe even more than a week. So you can collect your whites and then use them for something tasty. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is pop my yolk into my bowl. So into the bowl with the yolk, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. And I'm going to start to whisk it, and I'm going to whisk this egg yolk and the mustard until it starts to thicken and it's well combined. So you can see I've whisked up my egg white, my egg yolk and my Dijon mustard. It's started to thicken a little bit, it's gone creamy. You'll notice I didn't have to do that for very long. You can do this in a food processor, but when you're making a small amount like this, it's just easier to do it in a bowl with a whisk. Often food processors can just, sometimes like all the mayonnaise will just stick around the edges and you'll be constantly scraping it down. So a bowl and a whisk could be your best bet here. And you're going to start emulsifying the egg with the oil. So you're going to start with a little drip. You can sort of be moving it around a little bit, and I'm going to start with a tiny drip. Did you see how little that was? I'm going to make sure that's really well incorporated. If any of you have ever made hollandaise or you watched my hollandaise video, you might notice some similarities with these two videos. Okay, a little bit more oil in, give it a good whisk. Some recipes would have you believing you to be whisking the whole time, and as you add it, and you can just add a drop and then whisk it really, really well, and then you can add the next bit. So you whisk it until it's all added in, go in with the next bit. So this recipe is 1 egg yolk to 250 ml of olive oil. I'm using light olive oil. If you use a strong flavoured oil, you can do, but it would make your whole mayonnaise taste like the oil that you put in, because it's mostly oil. So I've gone in with a little bit more oil, and I can see in my bowl now it's starting to thicken up. It's changing colour a bit, it's thickening up. I'm going to make sure it's well mixed in after each addition. I can go in with a bit more now. And you'll notice after time, the more you add, the more the mixture can take. So each time you add some oil, you can add a little bit more. Okay. And a really good whisk after each one. Now I hear you say out there, what if you add too much oil and then it splits? Or what if it goes all lumpy and it curdles and looks horrible and it isn't going right? If you have another egg on hand, you split another egg and you've got another egg yolk on hand, which you can lightly beat with a whisk. If you add that into your curdled mixture, that will bring it back, and then you can carry on making your mayo with your oil. That will stop it from being all lumpy and horrible. So next bit. And it's really nice to make your own mayonnaise. If you are going to make a remoulade, celeriac remoulade, homemade mayonnaise would be lovely in that. You can make homemade mayonnaise to go in a slaw. You could even just make homemade mayonnaise, treat yourself, and have it with loads of chips, dunk it in that. This will last well in the fridge for up to a week. So you can see it's really starting to thicken now. And I can start to be more generous again with the oil. You can use different oils as well. So here I've got light olive oil. Like I said earlier, don't go for anything too strong flavoured, but you could use rapeseed oil, which would work. You could use like 200 ml of rapeseed or olive, and then top it up with extra virgin. So it would have that lovely flavour of extra virgin olive oil without being overpowering. You could try it with walnut oil. Try it with different oils, see how it comes out. Look how much that's thickening up now, that's looking great. I'm going to keep going. Can be a bit more generous up this time. Okay, keep going. Whisking well, that's it. I can't wait to eat this. I'm so excited about eating this. So a nice big slug in that one. Keep going. And look at that, it's starting to get really nice and thick in there now. And actually, if you prefer a less thick textured mayonnaise, you can stop. You could try using a little bit less oil. I like quite a nice thick wobbly mayo. So just before we finish adding all of our oil, we are going to add some more acidity. So I'm going to go in with a tablespoon of lemon juice. So I've just got some lemon juice here. I'm going to pop that in and whisk it again. Okay, carry on with my oil. Last little bit now, I'm going with all of that. Oh, and that is ready. Look at that wobble. That is, oh, it's good. Can you see it wobbling in there? That is lovely. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a season. I'm going to give it a bit of a season with some salt. Give it a taste. Oh, it's so good. Needs more salt. And a little bit more lemon. I think I'd like it a little bit more acidic actually. A little bit more lemon. A bit more salt. Another little taste. I'm happy with that. It's absolutely delicious. Give it a go. Treat yourself. Homemade mayonnaise. Look at that wobble. Enjoy!